to another video for this week. This is Simon from Yellowcapperformance. How are you all doing today? Hope you're having a nice day, nice week. So I'm actually going to split this video up into two. I'll upload today on Monday and I'll upload the second video on Wednesday. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about my race shoes for Sydney Marathon. And then on Wednesday, we'll be talking about my running journey and how we got to where we are today, 7 days out from Sydney Marathon. So basically today, unfortunately, is another sit-down video session talking to the camera. I don't want to get into a routine of doing this every single week. I want to be showing you guys my week, my training, my eating, my family time, my business building, etc., etc. I want to show you me. I want to show you Simon's life. POV Simon from Yellowcapperformance. That's what this channel is all about. But the truth is, I have no content for this week. I did no training last week. I was honestly still sick until about last Friday, Saturday. About 3 days ago. I'm on my last day of antibiotics, which fits the bill. I had a 10-day course of antibiotics and I've started feeling good around day 7, 8. I think over the weekend I still had a cough. But Saturday was the first day I woke up without the sore throat. So, and I think Thursday was the last day I had to start using Panadol and Nurofen to stop my sore throat. So, I mean, it's taken a while. 10 days of antibiotics plus another week before that of just being dog shit. It's taken its time. But basically, got no content, so this is what we're doing today. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about my race shoes and why I chose them. Diving straight into my race shoes. My race shoes are if you guys need me for audio effects, emails in the description. Anyway, these are my race shoes. The New Balance SuperComp Elite V4. Absolutely beautiful shoe. I wanted to get the London Marathon version, but there were none left. Actually, there was one left in North Sydney somewhere, but they ended up selling out before I got there. So we had to go for the normal SuperComp Elite version in colour. These are SuperComp Elite V4s. It has New Balance's Fuel Cell midsole made with PEBA. Could not tell you what that means. It also contains a carbon fibre plate. This energy arc thingy here in the middle helps stabilise your foot, give you a bit of energy return. Basically, the midsole and the carbon fibre plate together helps to increase stored energy and delivers a higher energy return from each step. It also has a 4mm heel to toe drop, which helps propel you forward with each step. And just the cushioning on this thing is just top notch. When researching into my race shoe, I knew nothing about race shoes. Just newly into this phase of my life. I only had a couple races under my belt. I knew I wanted a race shoe. I knew I wanted a race shoe with a carbon fibre plate. But that's about all I kind of knew. And when looking into race shoes and super shoes, there's heaps out in the market. I had no clue what to look into. But after like weeks and weeks of like in-depth research, for me there were two shoes that stood out. And they were the Nike, it's either the Vaporflies or the Alphaflies. can't remember which one. It's the legal ratio out of those two that I was looking at. So it was between those and the New Balance SuperComp Elite V4s. They're both newly into the market, like 6 months before I bought them, maybe 8 months before I bought them, something like that. But they were newly into the market, new version of race shoes. Those are the two that sort of stood out. Had heaps of good reviews from the elites and from everyday runners. I kind of knew I'm gonna lean with one of these two shoes. They both had carbon fiber plate. They were both legal race shoes. And doing more research into it, there was one main difference, and that would basically sway the choice of the consumer. The thing that a lot of people would like from the Alpha Flies or the Vapor Flies, whichever one they were, that I didn't necessarily like. Well, they were lighter. Everyone would like that they're lighter. Less you have to carry with you, less energy it takes to carry the shoes. It's lighter. But at the end of the day, these shoes 237 grams. Like, that essentially is nothing. So for me, the weight factor wasn't much of an issue. For an elite runner, maybe the weight factor will be a bit of an issue. But for me, just your old town Bob wasn't an issue. But what was an issue for me is because the Nike Vapor Flies or Alpha Flies are lighter, they're built more to be a lighter shoe, more tight-fitting shoe that sort of molds into your foot. So it kind of feels like you're running with nothing. That's the part I didn't like. I've got a fatter foot. I've got a wider foot. And I just hate tight-fitting shoes. I play football in football boots, which are always tight-fitting, and I hate them. I can't last long in them, especially when they're brand new. I hate them for like the first few weeks until they start expanding that little bit. So I knew the Vapor Flies I probably wouldn't like the best. And when I was researching into it, I found out that the New Balance aren't as tight fitting. It's sort of got, I don't know if you can see, but it's got a lot of movement up here. It's a little bit stretchy, but it's got good toe movement, can expand a little bit if your foot needs that expansion. Still is tight-ish fitting, but not as tight fitting as the Nike Vapor Flies, Alpha Flies. So I knew instantly from that I was already leaning towards New Balance. And then on top of that, sort of the next thing that was like, yep, damn, I'm getting them, is it actually wasn't until I actually tried them on, but research was saying that these were a lot more cushioning, a lot more softer feel than the Nike Alpha Fly Vapor Flies. The cushioning and softness just sounded way too good to be true from what I was reading. But that sort of swayed me. I personally, for me, it's not the same as everyone, but personally, I like a softer shoe, a more cushioning shoe, a shoe that my foot can feel supported in. So it just sounded really good. So basically, when I finally made it into the store to try these shoes on, not surprisingly, they didn't actually have the Nike Vaporfly or Alpha Flies to actually try on, so I couldn't try them on, but upon research, I had already swayed to this, so as long as I put on my foot and it felt good, I was basically walking out the door with these. And I put these on, and I felt like I was walking on clouds, which for me was a major win. I am not an elite runner. I'm just your everyday Joe. So like my half marathon time at the moment is probably about 2 hours. My full marathon time we will find out on Sunday, but it's looking between 4.5 to 5.5 hours. That's a lot of time on feet. And basically, what would I want to be running in for 5 hours? Shoes that are tight fitting, not as supportive and uncomfortable in my fat feet, or shoes that my foot can fit into well, but also a bouncy, propel you forward, got the carbon fiber plate, and just feel like you're walking on clouds. And I will tell you, this is not just an in the store you try it on, it's what you feel. Felt like this throughout the whole half marathon I ran. And been feeling like it on the high tempo training runs I've been wearing it on. So definitely a good shoe to be running in. Definitely not a myth at all. And I mean, I'm looking at my race shoe. I was planning on running long distances like half marathons, you know, things that are going to take a couple of hours to be done. So basically, you know, time on feet is a massive factor to sway between which shoe I wanted to choose. Walking on cloud 9 is really what my feet needed. So I ultimately decided to dip into my wallet and buy New Balance SuperComp Elite V4s. After seeing the colorway of the London Marathon SuperComp Elite V4 version, I wanted to get that, but unfortunately there were like none left in stock for me to get it before the half marathon I was running. So I ended up just going with the normal colorway, which is still really nice colors. I'm loving the yellow, green on top, fading down to the white, orange in the middle to blend it all in. It's a really nice shoe color and really comfortable. I really love the choice of choosing this over the competition pretty much. It's not sponsored, but I just love New Balance. I love these. I absolutely love these. And then I ended up getting trainers as well, New Balance as well. Oh, you just feel like you're walking on clouds. It's just not sponsored at all. But if you're looking for new race shoes, it would be criminal for me not to tell you to just have a look at them, just try them out, see what happens. This has been Simon from Yellowcapperformance. Hope you all have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we can get back to proper vlogging next week. Yeah, that'd be good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out, and I'll see you all next Monday. Ciao.